Southwest Arena in Fargo, North Dakota. It's the National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships Division III final between the defending champion Lindenwood Lions and the Farmingdale State Rams. Good afternoon, everyone. Delighted to have you along today alongside Scott Manziera. I'm Travis Van Nody. Lindenwood, Scott's going for their 8th consecutive championship here today. They've won every Division III championship except for one. And of course, this is a rematch of last year's championship game in Fort Myers, Florida, where Lindenwood won 3-1. For the Lions side of things, they really haven't been tested in this tournament. They have absolutely rolled.
And it's the exact opposite of the way it went in D1. Farmingdale State had rolled through Division I and then ended up defeating Lindenwood in the national championship. The other side of things for Lindenwood this time around, as they finished at the top of Pool A. Farmingdale finished second in Pool A. They had a matchup. Lindenwood won that one 10-5. And earlier on in the regular season, Farmingdale beat Lindenwood. So it's the complete opposites if you've been following the Division I teams.
And for Farmingdale State, they've actually been tested in their last 2 playoff games. Grand Valley State on this rink last night. They got up 2-0. Farmingdale State 3 consecutive goals to win 3-2. And they had to use an empty net goal earlier today to beat Michigan State 3-1. So do you think that benefits Farmingdale State because they've actually had to play competitive games lately?
I actually think it kind of hurts them because they've had to play their star players the entire game. Bobby Littris hasn't really had a chance to get a break. And these Lindenwood wins 11-0 over Bethel earlier today, allowing Chris Visico, Jason Novak, Spencer Marquis to be able to get some time off, not log all these minutes on the same day as you have the national championship.
Well, as you mentioned a little earlier, this is the rubber match, if you will, this season. Earlier this year, it was Farmingdale State beating Lindenwood. It was one of only 2 losses Lindenwood had against Division III competition. That was at Interregional in Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania, back on January 20th as Farmingdale State won 5-2. And then, of course, in pool play, Lindenwood getting Farmingdale State back a bit 10-5. I had the pleasure to call that game. It was a tremendous atmosphere here on the Mission Rink. So let's go into some key players for both sides. First of all, for Lindenwood, they are so deep, but who are you keying in on?
I'm going to key in on Chris Visico and Spencer Marquis. They're the 2 seniors leading this Lindenwood team, both on defense for Visico. Second on the team in points. He led them in their game last night against Slippery Rock. But the thing to watch out for is honestly his temper. He's got a couple penalties this tournament, and he tends to get tangled up in things. He's got to make sure he keeps that down, and I suspect he will. Very smart kid, as well. Know him off the rink, talking to him a little bit about it. He just says that he just has to calm down a little bit. And for Spencer Marquis, he's been outstanding. This is his 5th year, going for his 5th national championship here. The only member of Lindenwood, as you alluded to earlier, as we talked about that off the air. And I think both those 2 guys for Lindenwood really got to bring it to be able to knock off the Rams here.
And lastly, for Farmingdale State, who are you looking at?
I'm looking at their leading point scorer, the leading point scorer of all of Division III. That is Bobby Littris. As I've been watching him the last couple games for Farmingdale, he had a goal in their win over Grand Valley as well as a goal in their game over Michigan State today, and he's going to have to score to beat Lindenwood. The way that he plays his games, just methodically beating you. He's not always the guy to carry the puck up the rink, but his teammates find him, and that's why he's the leading goal scorer. And his teammate, Colin Tinchard, who is the other player I'm going to key in on, they're line mates for this Farmingdale team, as they're 2 very important players for the Rams.
Third member of our broadcast crew is Adam Steele, courtside. Adam, what are you looking forward to in this championship game as you are part of the broadcast crew last year in Fort Myers?
Yeah, I mean, not much has changed too much with both of these squads. A lot of returning players, a lot of veteran leadership. But I think the things that we're keying in on are the things that probably these teams don't really need to key in on. I think the keys for both of these teams is going to be secondary opportunities, secondary scoring, and the people we don't talk about or regularly hear from. The other thing I think is a huge key right now is Farmingdale hasn't been able to rely so much on Dan Parapesco. And I think that's where the game is going to come in. Farmingdale State not really playing too well defensively in this tournament, and I think that's where they need to step up. So I would say everybody back there on D, and obviously they need a huge game for Parapesco. So they're going to get ready for some announcements. Back up to you guys.
Well, thanks so much, Adam. We have all the makings of a true classic here in Fargo, North Dakota. Coming up, the player introductions, the national anthem. We'll preview the goaltending matchup and drop the puck on this rematch from last year's D3 final, Lindenwood and Farmingdale State.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the Farmingdale State College Rams. Number 9, Bobby Litras. Number 10, Justin Durka. Number 14, Joseph Salavek. Number 27, Zach Amara. Number 28, Frank Gaida. Number 35, Chris Burns. Number 42, Ryan Orchard. Number 48, Joseph Mola. Number 93, Colin Tinchurch. The Rams starting lineup at defense, number 4, Nicholas Gazaza. Forward, number 18, James Kolakathis. Forward, number 26, Matthew Catania. At defense, number 81, Trevor Rubin. And the Farmingdale starting goaltender, number 37, Daniel Perapesco. And now your home team, the Lindenwood University Lions. Number 6, Sean Mott. Number 12, Spencer Marquis. Number 13, Christopher Lugos. Number 14, Jake Abel. Number 19, Timothy Bray. Number 21, Matthew Galoni. Number 25, Chris Visico. Number 83, Corey Johnson. Number 30, Brad Orshi. The Lions starting lineup. At forward, number 15, Sam Hayden. At defense, number 39, Jason Novak. At forward, number 47, Anthony Rice. At defense, number At this time, we ask that you all please rise and welcome Brian Melblom as he performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Another nice job by Brian Melblom with the national anthem, and we are set to go for this Division III National Championship game. Once again, a rematch between the 7-time defending champions, Lindenwood. Farmingdale State searching for their first Division III championship after their Division I team has beaten Lindenwood each of the last 2 years for their first 2 championships at that level. The starting goalies for Lindenwood, Josh Martin, 3-0 record in the tournament, 2.33 goals against, 8.48 save percentage, and 1 shutout. He's made 39 saves on just 46 shots in this tournament, so he hasn't been too busy, but has been solid when tested. For Farmingdale State, their only goalie, of course, Daniel Parapesco, 4-1, 2.60 goals against, 8.31 save percentage, and 2 shutouts. So pretty similar numbers between Martin and Parapesco.
And Parapesco this season for Farmingdale, the regular season, not including playoffs, he's the #1 goals against average, and in all of Division III at 1.38. So he doesn't let many pucks get past him. Obviously, Lindenwood got the better of him in the pool play matchup by getting 10 past him.
It's amazing that he let in 10 goals, but with the 2 shutouts, at 2.6 goals against is still very good, especially in college roller hockey. Well, thanks so much for tuning in this afternoon. Should be a good one if the pool play game was any indication of what we're going to see here this afternoon. And we're underway. Faceoffs won by Sam Koenig. It was Farmingdale State that got the early advantage on Lindenwood in the pool play game yesterday afternoon, but strong push by Lindenwood. They scored 9 of the last 12 goals in that game to win at 10-5. Anthony Erase stops in behind the net, the former Division I player for Lindenwood. Searching for his first championship. Obviously, lots of championship pedigree on this Lindenwood team. Koenig sends to Jason Novak. Shot tail by Parapesco. A good early test there for Parapesco, but he passes.
And I don't believe Novak was even thinking about taking the shot. Koenig lost the puck while he was bringing it up, and then Novak just saw an open lane in the slot, fired it. I don't know if Parapesco was ready for it either. It was a good save. And backdoor was Higa. So good job by Parapesco to just swallow it up.
Farmingdale State's first rush, Colin Tinchert. He's had a good tournament for the Rams. Tinchert to the middle of the floor. Let's work back further by Bobby Littress. So there's the leading scorer in the nation. Bobby Littress. It's been a bit quiet lately for Farmingdale State, but he can break out at any time offensively. Good crowd on hand here at the Mission Rink. The 20th annual National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships. The first time it's been held in the great state of North Dakota. It's been a wonderful host. It's been a great week of roller hockey. One more championship to go after this one, the JC Championship, an all-California matchup. NorCal versus SoCal, West Valley College against Saddleback College. The game just before this one, RIT kind of surprisingly beating Northeastern for their first championship in Division II. They did win one in Division I many, many years ago. Erase for Lindenwood. Being watched by Littrus. Erase gets it back on the near side. Still handled by Littrus. Lindenwood had a very easy game this morning against Bethel. 11-0, and really not much in the tank for Bethel. Stick checked away by Littrus from Koenig. Farmingdale State the other way, 2-on-3. Single player change up the floor. And that shot goes wide from Tinshirts.
On the other side of things, when Lindenwood has it on offense, Farmingdale State has given them a lot of room when they walk into the zone. They should tighten up their defense, because with all that room, the amount of finesse that's played in roller hockey, and especially on this Lindenwood team, it could cause problems.
What a steal by Spencer Marquis. Then a shot gets over the net. There's Marquis searching for championship number 5, his final competitive roller hockey game here this afternoon. The NorCal native. He almost caused a goal there for Tim Bray, who had a natural hat trick against Bethel. He scored 4 goals all in the third period against the Wildcats. Starting out, Chris Visico. Visico shakes a check, and it's off of Parapesco. Taken by Joe Mula. In my opinion, has been Farmingdale State's best player in the tournament.
Yeah, he was all over the place in that last game against Michigan State. He controls the puck. He dictates the pace when he's out there. He also kills penalties for them as well.
8:55 remaining in the first. So again, Marquis searching for championship number 5. Visico championship number 4. Novak and Bray, their 3rd. And Forshee, the backup goalie, and Daniel Higa searching for their 2nd. Just tons of hardware for Lindenwood as they force a steal in deep. Sharp angle bid stopped by Parapesco on Marquis. He's had a good start.
The State needs to take care of the puck better in their own zone, because Lindenwood's coming with that forecheck, but it's not too tough to beat. With Farmingdale breaking out, they're showing a lot of patience behind the zone, but Lindenwood's just pushing up, just letting them know that they're there and still getting the turnovers. Tensions are really rising here early game jitters, seeing from both teams.
It was a very wide open game yesterday, but championship game much tighter. Possible break for Littrus. Back checked by Novak off the puck. Tinshirts comes back into his own territory for Nick Kazaza. Well, Marquis's sister Carly plays for Chico State. Chico State moved up to Division I this year. Fortunately did not make nationals, but has made nationals in D2 past couple of years. Farmingdale State sends it all the way back. And a drive by Trevor Rubin is held by Martin, his first test.
And Lindenwood Gold actually faced off against Chico State D1, so the Marquises faced off against each other out Huntington Beach. As that was a fun matchup to watch between the two. Brother and sister rivalry going on, all in good fun.
Sure, she's watching from Chico, California. Farmingdale State wins the draw. Just under 8 minutes to go in the first. We see some NorCal paraphernalia in the stands. San Jose Sharks jacket down there. A lot of actually Northern California products for this Lindenwood D3 team. Erase forces a turnover, but his pass is picked off by Frank Gaida. Littrus' shot wide. It's picked up by Koenig. Koenig all by himself. Goes wide on Mula. Koenig to Novak. Blocked. Erase a bid. Blocked as well by Tinshirts. And Tinshirt comes up with the puck.
And Koenig tried to center it there. Tinshirt got in the passing lane, knocked away with the skate.
Farmingdale State's got to close both of their doors on that far side. Erase sends it all the way back. Picking it up, Visico. Novak. Very methodically this time. You can hear Lindenwood's bench saying back check. As the fans pick it up here on the Mission Rink. Visico has had 2 hat tricks in this tournament already. Chris Visico.
Back against Michigan State in Cedar Rapids, he actually had a 6-goal game.
That's right.
Pool play.
I called that game, lest I forget.
He's no stranger to scoring a lot of goals in big games.
Erase. He's had the puck a lot so far. His shot's blocked. It was a nice job by Mula to get in the lane. So some of the star players for both sides have been visible. Novak stood up by Gaida. Creeping in. Macatanya's shot stopped by Martin. 50-50 puck. It's taken by Koenig. 3-on-4 right now for Lindenwood. Koenig shot wide. Race for it. It's kicked into Lindenwood territory, taken up by Sean Mott.
Seems like both teams are still getting a feel for each other, even though it's the third matchup between them. Both kind of seeing how fast each one of them is going to go. Neither team's really developed a run-and-gun strategy yet. A lot of bringing it back, setting it up here halfway through the first.
Stretch pass. One touched in front, just out of the reach of Mott. That was a creative play by Lindenwood. 3-on-3 for Farmingdale State. Tin shirts hit his own man. It was Littress out front trying to screen Martin. Tin shirt an aggressive forecheck on Erase. Erase takes the puck free and steps around Littress. Littress, bit of a hack on Erase. Refs letting him play early on. Deflected away from Matt Galani. 2-on-1 for Farmingdale State. Rubin scores! Trevor Rubin at 4:45. Farmingdale State up.
Rubin comes into the zone, doesn't come in with a lot of speed. Colin Tinchard is over to the left of Martin, and he's the distraction. They're looking at the back door. That's what Martin's paying attention to. As Rubin keeps coming in, defense stays with Tinchard in the back door, and Rubin just fires a wrister, and it beats Martin over on the blocker side.
Well, you called it, Adam. A depth player gets the start for Farmingdale State. His first goal at Nationals, Rubin. He had 12 goals during the season in 25 games.
Well, that's the big thing there. I think that's the first time both teams threw out their third units, Travis.
Marquis draws a penalty. Side of the net! And then the shot stopped by Parapesco.
Time of the goal was 4:45.
Well, the extra attacker out for Lindenwood as it's touched up. High sticking call at 4:16.
Lindenwood gets a chance to go on the power play. That means Sam Koenig, Jason Novak, Anthony Erase, and Chris Visico. This power play for Lindenwood has been lethal in these National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships. A huge part of roller hockey is the special teams, and it's how you react to it.
Nick Kazaza on the high stick. How lethal is it? 60% so far, 6 for 10. They went 4 for 5 against Farmingdale State yesterday, but did give up a shorthanded goal as well. His special teams played a big role in that game. Farmingdale State 66.6% on the PK. And remember, just one kill. 10 for 15 in this tournament. So 4 of the 5 power play goals they've given up have been to Lindenwood as it's cleared out.
They're set up in a box right now, so no one's in front. Parapesco is going to have a look at every single one of these shots.
Erase top of the diamond. One-timer by Novak, stopped by Parapesco.
And as soon as I say that, they move.
Hops his stick, he trips up Mula. Things are going to be evened up here at 3:29. 3-on-3 for a minute 13.
And like I said, as soon as I said that, the box moves over to the diamond. And it gets dropped. The race that wants to make sure that there's no breakaway. He dove for the puck, ended up hitting the ankle, and he'll go to the box. So back to 3-on-3, like you said, Travis.
Well, this should be fun. Extended 3-on-3 time, barring more penalties. Tinchard against Marquis on the draw. Tinchard wins it cleanly to Mula. Mula being watched by Marquis, banks to Tinchard.
A 2-minute minor for tripping. Time of the penalty, 3:29.
And slowed down by Mula.
So about a 47-second difference. So that's what the power play will be for Farmingdale. That'll come in about 50 seconds.
Visico. Both teams have had a possession so far, 3-on-3. Visico turns on the Jets. Stopped by Parapesco. Creeping in Koenig. What a move. And then his shot goes wide. Tapped in front, blocked by Tinshirt. Curls it back.
Sam Koenig, freshman out of Rockwood Summit High School out in St. Louis, Missouri.
Moolah fakes the shot, now takes it. Easy glove save, Martin.
And for Koenig, I watched the Division I game between Farmingdale and Lindenwood yesterday. And a lot of the Lindenwood guys just talking about how much they want this game. Even 7 national championships in a row, you never get content with a kind of winning attitude, and that's the kind of attitude this Lindenwood team's had about them.
This time it's Marquis that wins the draw. Visico leaves it for Marquis. And once you get that taste of winning, you never want it to end. That's what all the Stanley Cup champs say. Visico's shot. Parapesco had a bit of trouble with it, but no rebounds.
And you hear all the cheering going on in the stands. About 95% of the Farmingdale cheering is coming from the Division I team. They're here again after winning the national championship. They have their trophy with them as well.
That's awesome.
As they sat in the same spot last night against Grand Valley. They came in the second period when they were behind, and some of that extra cheering can really help a team. Lindenwood also traveled very well. A ton of fans here for them as well.
Moolah's shot, not an easy save for Martin, but made it. So now Lindenwood on their first power play. Lindenwood, or make it Farmingdale State, beg your pardon, is on the power play for the first time. 53.3% on the power play in the tournament. Lindenwood, a 63% percentage on the kills. That one's held by Martin.
As both teams are pretty deep, Travis, but when you get into special teams, the same players are out there a lot of time for the power play and penalty kill. We've seen Koenig, Novak, and Visico out there nearly the entire time for Lindenwood.
So Farmingdale State, as that puck goes into the Lindenwood bench, was 3 for 6 against Lindenwood. And just belabors the point that special teams were so key in that pool play game. But Farmingdale State also gave up a shorty to Lindenwood. So remember, it was 10-5. 9 of those 15 goals were scored on special teams.
That's just an absurd number. It's unbelievable.
21 seconds remaining on Erase's tripping penalty. Lindenwood wins the draw and flips it over the head of Moolah. So Farmingdale State's going to have to push here if they want a shot again on Martin. Moolah at the point of the diamonds. Tinshirt. Moolah curls it this way. And the shot by James Kolakathis goes up and out of play just as Erase is out of the box. So both teams 0 for 1 on abbreviated power plays. 1:28 to go in the first.
And for State, they were having some nice puck movement in the Lindenwood zone. Got a good look there. Just Lindenwood clogging up a little bit of the shooting lanes, and it went out of play. And now we'll see fresh legs for both sides.
High zone face-off. So that puck was not deflected. Now they're ruling it was. So it's a low zone face-off for Farmingdale State. And that's what I thought. Off the stick of Kolakathis and then a Lindenwood player there.
Right, and that's what I was alluding to, too. It's always nice to have the referees get it right. That's what it's all about.
It's been a very well officiated tournament as well. Referees coming in from all across the country. West Coast, East Coast, Midwest, down south. Shot skips wide of the net from Kazaza. Back the other way. Galani. Drops from Marquis. 1 minute to go in the first. Daniel Higa cross-court pass, and the shot's blocked. So we'll see what Lindenwood elects to do here with possession. If they'll go, or... That shot by Galani is stopped by Parapesco, and it's cleared out. Higa plays to the far side for Marquis. Marquis walks to the middle, stick checked away. 25 seconds left. Kolakathis. Higa got his stick in the way, and Higa dislodges the net.
And again, Lindenwood on offense has some space when they move around. Farmingdale really backing off. Lindenwood trying to use the speed as an advantage, but when you're a defense and you back off like that, you don't let speed beat you. You let them beat you with the shot.
A low zone face-off, obviously, for Farmingdale State. 20 seconds remaining in the first. Key face-off win there for Koenig, but it's stolen. Backhand bid is blocked by Novak. Littrus with the opportunity. 10 seconds left. With speed, Koenig 3-on-2. Koenig then kind of pulled up there, defended by Kazaza. Cross seam pass. Marquisa's shot stick save Parapesco just before the buzzer. So nice push there by Lindenwood to end the first period. The lone goal scored at 4:45 from Trevor Rubin at even strength. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play. We'll step aside. Second period upcoming next in the Division III final from Southwest Arena in Fargo, North Dakota.
The National Collegiate Roller Hockey Association would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of the 2018 National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships. Mission NLS, built for the next generation. Fargo Moorhead Convention and Visitors Bureau and Fargo Parks District. Fargo, north of Normal. Find out more at fargomoorhead.org. Subway, eat fresh. Nine Dragons, voted best Chinese restaurant in Fargo Moorhead. Fargo Billiards and Gastropub. You've got to see this place. And the CJ Sports Network, the official audio provider of the 2018 National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships. This is the 2018 National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships, presented by Mission Hockey and Bauer Hockey.
Once again, back at Southwest Arena in Fargo, North Dakota. Alongside Scott Manzier, I'm Travis Van Nudde. We'll send it down to Adam Steele for a second. What'd you think of that first period?
You're only giving me a second? There's a lot to discuss here, Travis.
All right, 5 seconds. Quickly.
All right. A little bit of adjustment being made by Lindenwood. They started talking at the end of the period and then in between the intermission about shooting. They really don't want to focus so much about making moves or making any passes in the offensive zone. It's all about trying to attack Parapesco. I was trying to say at the beginning of the game that's got to be the biggest key right now. So they're trying to go to what they know, and that's basically simplifying their game a little bit more. Farmingdale talked about everybody make sure they're on the defensive side of the puck. They really want to make sure if they move forward, as soon as they lose the puck, everybody comes back. See if both teams make the adjustments to further strengthen their game. Back up to you and Scott.
Second period begins 4-on-4. You were saying to me off air, Scott, do you think both teams have another gear to get to?
I do, and it was shown in the pool play how good both these teams have been. Everyone's kind of been playing a normal game, but I just think that both Lindenwood and Farmingdale can kick it up a notch, and I hope to see it in the rest of this game.
As we noted, it was breakneck speed in that pool play game. Emotions were running high. Much more methodical approach so far for both teams. Visico's shot blocker save Parapesco. A couple of players go into the net. They wrap each other up. That kind of came out of nowhere. Well, maybe that'll kind of amp up the energy level.
There's going to be some calls made here,
yes,
guys.
Definitely.
Not sure if the referee down low saw what was going on there, but easily referee David Cannon coming up from up top and making sure some penalties are going to be assessed, because they got to set the tone here, because you know this game is going to get crazy later.
Unfortunately, it was kind of an ugly end to last year's championship game, if you remember. So Mott's, and was that Kolakathis that went off for Farmingdale State?
Yes. And it's going to be even, and that favors Farmingdale because, well, actually, they might be adjusting it, and they do. So it's going to be a double minor now, it sounds like, on Mott. As the Farmingdale player's helmet came off, Mott got a couple swings in there, too. So just to get a double minor and not a major kind of ejection is honestly a pretty big break for Lindenwood. I thought it was going to be worse than just a double minor.
Yeah, you got it right, guys. That's a double minor to Mott, a single minor on the other side to Farmingdale. So either way, it's going to give Farmingdale a 2-minute power play.
And it slows everything down here in the second period, too. Any kind of mojo you're trying to get going, if you're Lindenwood, as they trail, it gets started on a power play, not a penalty kill. And that's where they're at right now. Farmingdale's got a chance to jump on this game right now, leading by 1.
All this coming just 37 seconds into the middle frame. Farmingdale State's second power play. Number 3 for 6 against Lindenwood in that pool play game yesterday. It's dug free by Novak.
The penalty is for the Farmingdale.
Novak
James Colacao.
tried to find Marquis, deflected away from him.
Lindenwood, number 6, Sean Mott. A 4-minute double liner for roughing.
So there you hear the penalties officially.
11-23.
And Mula brings it in to the zone. Kazaza to Mula. Tinchert's on the near side. And he gets the puck. Litris standing in front. Kazaza to Mula. Mula rips it. Deflects on Martin, keeps it out. Then Litris, it's blocked. What an individual effort down low there. I believe that was Koenig. Side of that, Litris' shot blocked. Actually, that was Visico, and it's cleared out by Marquis. Great penalty killing.
I mean, Visico literally just lays it out there, sticks his arms up, and takes it right in the chest.
Mula, stick save Martin.
And you got to remember
T-shirt stick broke.
You got to remember that these players.
And a penalty upcoming. So Tinchert is going to head off. That's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty at 10-10.
You got to remember, underneath these jerseys that these teams are wearing, they're just wearing elbow pads underneath. They don't have a chest protector. They don't have all the other stuff that's gonna help deflect the puck or rather hurt them when they get hit by the puck. It's just elbow pads, maybe an undershirt that has a little padding somewhere, but nothing to save a puck coming right at your chest.
Yeah. So 3-on-3 for the second time in the game for 47 seconds. Tough break there for Farmingdale State. As the loose puck is picked up by Kazaza. Kazaza goes wide on Visico.
Colin Tinchert, a 2-minute minor for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Puck comes across for Catania. Puck takes a weird hop off the floor. A one-on-one situation for Koenig. Koenig off of the post. Oh, he deked down Mula there. Got him to fall to the floor.
It's been these three guys so far for Lindenwood carrying a lot of the workload, including Marquis.
Feels like they've been out there at least 80% of this game.
That's what you have when you get to these elimination games and now a national championship. You put your best guys out there and you hope they don't get tired.
So Lindenwood now on their second power play, as both power plays for both teams have been abbreviated. Ruben the difference, back in the first. Erased, sends down the wings. Koenig is set up in front. Visico calls for the puck, gets it, and heals his shot. Sharp angle bid by Novak, gloved off by Parapesco.
I think Novak wanted to reset it up. If he wasn't going to be able to score there, he wanted a face-off in the offensive zone. Now, even though it is abbreviated, you still got 54 seconds, plenty of time for Lindenwood. And for Farmingdale State, you got to make sure you stretch out that penalty kill. You can't allow Lindenwood to move in.
Race for the puck, and a breakaway for Mula. Mula, it squeaks through Martin in. Oh, what a play there by Joe Mula, his second shorthanded goal against Lindenwood in the tournament. 2-0 Farmingdale at 8:54.
And that's what you were alluding to back in the pregame, Travis. Mula has been one of the best, if not the best player for Farmingdale State this tournament. He shows it again there, shorthanded. He just outskates all the Lindenwood players, all the players that we've been talking about as key players, unable to get back, and they were on the power play. No one was deep. You don't normally see that, and when you do, that's what the result is, a breakaway. It just squeaks right through Martin.
That's Mula's team-leading 7th goal of the tournament as that shot by Erase goes wide. He has 4 power play goals and now 2 shorties, so 6 of his 7 goals have been on special teams. It's an unreal tournament. Lindenwood trying to get in the game now, down 2. Erase, stopped by Parapesco, swallows up the loose puck.
And all the momentum going to Farmingdale State right now. Just bringing it as hard as they can. Doing a great job, and they're killing this penalty very nicely. A lot of shots coming from the outside from Lindenwood.
15 seconds remaining, or make it 16 seconds left on Tinshirt's unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. How's the crowd look now from your vantage point, Adam?
Oh, the crowd's getting bigger and bigger as this game goes on. I tell you, the online crowd was over 200 at one point as well. A lot of people tuning into this game, Travis.
Visico, stop by Parapesco, penalty's over. So Tinshirt joins the play. Lindenwood 0 for 2, and they give up a shorty as he races shot. It's sticked out of play by Parapesco. Low zone face-off.
And we saw at the beginning of the second period, tempers flared a little bit with Mott. And I expect to see that as this game continues to go forward, as you inch closer and closer to the finish line. The team starts to get more and more desperate. Now, there's plenty of time. It's just a 2-goal game, and we know in roller hockey, no lead is ever safe.
Especially in a rivalry matchup like this. Got a long way to go. Farmingdale State, another face-off win. I think they've had the better of the face-offs in this one. Tinshirt's shot is blocked by Galani. Farmingdale State trying to maintain possession. Littrus is given a rough ride by Jake Abel. Once again, Farmingdale State maintains possession.
And I think this is the first time we've seen the third line from Lindenwood with Corey Johnson and Jake Abel providing fresh legs off for them.
Lindenwood trying for their 8th straight championship in Division III. Farmingdale State trying for their first and their second championship game. Kazaza's draped by Abel. And he defends him well, doesn't take a penalty.
A lot of body contact in the corner as they're trying to fight it out. It could have been close, though, as Kazaza decided to turn right as Abel's coming in to get the puck. It could have been an incidental.
Did you get a good look at that, Adam?
What am I looking at?
The back check there from...
It's fantastic. I think spreading their lineups a little bit here is easily going to help both of these squads. But obviously, Scotty brings up the one thing there is no lead is ever safe, especially when you're playing against a club like this with Lindenwood here. I mean, they could score a couple goals within 20 or 30 seconds easy. So I think stretching their lineup out is a good move by John Hilke, and we'll see if it pays off soon. Back to you guys.
Tim Bray, back checked well by Kolakathis. Both players fall to the floor, picked up by Higa. Higa with Novak in front, shoots, and it's gloved off by Parapesco. 6:43 remaining in the second.
An interesting series of events goes down there because we were talking earlier about Farmingdale State and Lindenwood with their depth players, and that goal from Farmingdale State, the first one came from Ruben, who hadn't scored, like you said, all tournament long. So you got to trust the rest of your team, and that's what Coach Hilke is showing for Lindenwood.
Another face-off win for Farmingdale State. Kolakathis able to chip it around Bray. 2-on-1 down low if they hurry. Shot off the outside of the post. Wow.
There was space there. There was space there, Travis. Great shot from Catania.
Change in line for Farmingdale State, that close to making it 3-0.
This is the first time I've seen Lindenwood break out this period.
Remember, Farmingdale State, their only loss of the season yesterday to Lindenwood. Farmingdale State beat Lindenwood earlier. This is stolen by Marquis. What an effort there just to put it on the net, and Parapesco covers up.
Yeah, he blew a tire coming to the front. Good defense by State. They dove across, which I think threw Marquis off a little bit. But yeah, like you said, just to even get a shot on net. Impressive stuff.
Well, I was going to say with Lindenwood, since their loss to Farmingdale State, January 20th, they have not lost a game. So clearly, the two best programs in Division III once again this season. Farmingdale State trying to prove that they are the gold standard now in the NCRHA with a Division I and Division III championship, something they did not accomplish last year. Gaida splits 2 Lions. It's always that question between the Division I and Division III championship games. It was the Newman-Lindenwood rivalry a few years ago. Which team was the gold standard? As that shot by Koenig beats Parapesco, and Lindenwood's in the game at 5:30.
And what a pass by Anthony Race on that. He's getting defended all the way down the near side boards. He sees a small passing lane and goes for it. It lands on Koenig's stick. stick, and Koenig didn't have much room. He didn't get into the slot. He was in the faceoff dot when he shot that puck, and just beats Parapesco on the short side to cut the lead in half.
Koenig's 8th goal at Nationals. He got a pair against Farmingdale State yesterday. It was an absolutely huge goal for Lindenwood.
I remember watching that because it was the second of the game, and he celebrated. And I asked him about it after. I go, I thought it was a hat trick or something because I hadn't seen it earlier on. And he was like, no, it was just such a big goal to give us a comfortable lead.
Number 47, Anthony Erase.
Erase hacked a bit, but play continues. Erase picks up the lone assist. Erase, Lindenwood's leading point scorer in the tournament as a penalty's upcoming. It's his team leading 17th points and 14th assist as well. We'll see what we get here. Erase obviously has had a great tournament for Lindenwood with point production. So Catania is going to go off for Farmingdale State for a high stick at 5 minutes even. A chance for Lindenwood now to tie the game.
And now a chance for a full power play. Last time, Erase picked up the penalty and negated the power play for Lindenwood. And then the other time, Farmingdale State got a shorthanded goal. So anytime we've seen special teams, we've seen some kind of action going on.
Lindenwood's 3rd power play. 0 for 2. Visico. Back across, one-timer by Novak, wide.
Actually, it was a diving stick by Mueller that got a piece of that, Travis.
Visico off of the stick of Parapesco. Thanks, Adam. Erase. It's a good stick by Kazaza.
Got to clog up those passing lanes.
Erase to Koenig, one-timer off the side of the net. Moolah off of the dasher, held in by Erase.
And they're allowing Lindenwood to go back-to-back above the slot.
Erase what a look, but got the glass, cleared out by Kazaza.
See, Farmingdale State's got to stretch out that penalty kill. Their point man is literally between the two face-off dots. He's got to come out farther. Lindenwood is just getting too close to Parapesco, getting great looks.
1 minute gone by in the power play, one-timer Novak. I believe that was blocked as well. Erase, Visico, and that is a tremendous block by Gaida, but numbers down low. Koenig's pass blocked by Kazaza. Farmingdale State fans loving the penalty killing efforts. Erase in front off of Parapesco. Novak to Koenig, off balance, fires wide. Back to collect Erase.
How about those eats from Farmingdale State's penalty kill? That fires your team up.
Erase, Visico, Erase. 22 seconds to go on the power play. Visico still can't find a shooting lane. Now he takes it over top. Slashing penalty upcoming to Moolah. That's black and white there. To a 2-man advantage for 11 seconds.
That's close because that puck's going into the corner, so while Erase is skating there, he's hanging onto his stick. But obviously, when you're skating towards the puck, you're not hanging onto it as hard as when you're holding it. So maybe he just knocked the race out of the hand. Bad break for Farmingdale State as Lindenwood now with the 2-man advantage.
Key face-off. Farmingdale State, if they win it, they can pretty much salt away with a clear. The 2-man advantage, they do win it, and they do get a clear.
But now they do it all over again. And you got a similar group out there for Farmingdale State on the penalty kill.
And a key member off as well in Moolah. Now it's a 1-man advantage for 1:45. Shot by Marquis, got the glass.
They got to bring that shot down. It's just too high, especially on the power play. You want to shoot it low, try to get a possible rebound. As they've shot 3 off the glass. A couple from Visico and 1 by Marquis.
Linwood's 4th power play. Visico, a bit of a head fake. Another. Visico, blocked. Another bid, blocked again.
More shot blocking by Farmingdale State. And their fans are loving it.
Marquis, Visico, Marquis. And that's blocked by Tincher. That's fired home by Marquis. Finally, they strike on the power play. Tie game at 2:19.
And what a shot. That's what happens. Spencer's got it on the face-off dot. He just throws it at the net. He knew when he took that shot it was not going to go in, as Pesco had that entire side covered. He shoots it anyway, goes off of his chest, a grade A scoring chance, comes back out. They fire another one at the net, and Marquez just jams it in to tie this game up in the second.
Well, finally, the penalties come back to haunt Farmingdale.
The power play by number 12.
Erase pass
Marquez.
to Bray, but couldn't get it to Higa.
25, Chris Visico. And number 15, Sam Cannon.
Visico and Koenig pick up the assist as Pesco covers up. That's Marquez's 9th goal at Nationals, 2nd on the power play. So 1 goal in the first from Rubin, but here in the second, it's been Moolah shorthanded to make it 2-0. Then Koenig at even strength, and Marquez moments go on the power play, tie game at 2.
You can feel the momentum in the building kind of shifting towards Lindenwood, and for Farmingdale State, you only got 1:48 left in the second. You'll be able to regroup to stop the bleeding right now, because Lindenwood is just peppering the goalie with shots.
Brea, quick shots. It was a good idea. Pesco juggled it for a second, but able to glove it off. 1:45 to go in the middle frame, and it's been a fun one. Brea again. Good defense by Kazaza. Erase. Blocked by Kazaza. Erase has been all over the floor today for Lindenwood. Definitely wants his first national championship. Erase again with the puck.
And the only reason Lindenwood has the possession here is because of the step by Sean Mott. He came up right here. It was a gutsy play, actually. He knocked it in, or else Farmingdale State may have had another breakaway.
Just taking the atmosphere for a second here on the Mission Rink. Division III championship on the line. Erase.
This is the last minute of play in the second period.
Has Mott. Gives it to him. Mott rips it. Oh, there was a 7-hole gap there by Pesco, but he had it.
Yeah, went short side. There was a tad bit under his right arm. That's where Mott was aiming for, and I think they also needed a change as a wholesale change for both teams.
Huge face-off here with 48 seconds remaining in the second. Erase wins it. He's done it all today for Lindenwood.
He also drew that penalty on that power play.
He did. The last few Division III championships have been very close. No exception here this afternoon. Novak, good idea, just put it to the net. Saved by Pesco. 25 seconds to go in the period. Littrus, cross-court pass for Tinchert. The Top Guns are out right now for Farmingdale State. Kazaza to Moolah. Tinchert heads to the nets. Pass picked off. Creeping in, Bray. Deflected over the net, out of play by Moolah. Low zone face-off for Lindenwood here with 8 seconds to go.
And we talked about it, 6 minutes left. I said Lindenwood just broke it out for the first time this period. After that, it seems like the tides have changed a little bit. Getting their offensive zone time, it was especially important in the second half of the period, because that's the first time I've heard you call Bobby Littrus' name this entire period, and there's less than 10 seconds to go.
Farmingdale State wins the draw this time. Littrus, but Marquez steals off the back of the net. Koenig to Visico. It's blocked, and that's the end of the second. So 1-0 Farmingdale coming in. Moolah shorthanded, 7th of the tournament. At 8:54 made it 2-0. At 5:30, Koenig at even strength from Erase got Lindenwood into the game, and then Marquez on the power play. His 9th goal at Nationals from Visico and Koenig. We're all square at 2. Lindenwood 1 for 4 on the power play. Farmingdale State 0 for 2. We'll get shots on goal when we come back in a moment on Roller Hockey Live.
The National Collegiate Roller Hockey Association would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of the 2018 National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships. Bauer Hockey.
The game starts here.
Inline Warehouse.
Pro Shop service at warehouse prices.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Wings, beer, sports.
Slapshot Pizza and Subs.
Celebrating 40 years of serving you the very best.
Roller Hockey Live.
For information on ordering today's game, go to rollerhockeylive.com.
This is the 2018 National Collegiate Roller Hockey Championships, presented by Mission Hockey and Bauer Hockey.
Once again, back at Southwest Arena in Fargo, North Dakota, alongside Scott Manzier and Adam Steele. I'm Travis Van Ode. Great third period on tap here at the Division III National Championship game. It begins 4-on-4. Adam, your thoughts through the first two periods?
Well, Travis, I tell you, a lot of adjustments being made on both sides, but I think the biggest one is the momentum swing that Scott's been talking about. All it takes is for Lindenwood to get one, and then they generally score in bunches, but John Hilke's still telling his guys the same exact thing. Play your game, make a simple pass, but take the shots. Obviously, on the other side, Matt Ketchum and Jimmy Tamburino on the other side focused on everybody over there staying disciplined and making sure they're skating hard. They obviously now also need to shoot the puck. It's a tie game. So I don't know if we're looking for the golden goal or they're going to come in bunches. Either way, it's going to be a heck of a third period. Back up to you guys.
Shots on goal in the second, 14-2 in favor of Lindenwood as Visico skates it in deep. So overall in the game, 23 to just 8. The shots on goal, Lindenwood on top.
Sounds like they listened to the coach. 14 shots in a single period.
That's pretty good in roller hockey.
Especially
more than a shot a minute.
Especially in the national championship. But granted, they did have power plays.
True.
So those come in bunches as well, especially with the rebounds. Parapesco, though, still has been playing very well along with Martin.
Stretched ahead, tin shirts. Out front, hoping for Kazaza, didn't connect. 2-on-2 for Lindenwood. Marquez mishandled it. A Ram goes flying. Kazaza. Rams wanting a penalty, but none forthcoming. Visico steps around tin shirt, but Moolah takes. Moolah around for tin shirt. So a very measured start to this third period. Minute and a half in.
Now Farmingdale sets up a breakout.
Moolah, well wide. Big rebound off the end wall. 50-50 pucks taken by Koenig. 3-on-3 for Lindenwood. Koenig, nice move. Pass doesn't connect. Cross court for Erase. Once again, the Farmingdale State faithful become boisterous.
And you can hear them, and actually some of the Michigan State players have joined forces over there. It looks like they're sitting right by each other. They moved by each other in the middle of the period.
Novak's shot, stopped by Parapesco. Farmingdale State beat Michigan State in the semifinals earlier today, 3-1. Lindenwood beat Bethel 11-0. Lindenwood, their only two tests of this tournament has been Farmingdale State. Really, the whole season, their only test has been Farmingdale State. They did lose one game to Bethel's Division III team, but that was very early on in the season, and their other loss was to Bethel's Division I team. That's how good this Lindenwood Division III team is.
And against Bethel, that was the first game of the season.
Yeah. 3 losses on the year. 1 to a Division I team and 1 to Farmingdale State.
And not only did Farmingdale State go undefeated in the regular season, they dominated their opponents.
Nice move by Koenig. Love save, Parapesco. Wow.
That's his biggest save of the game so far. And we still got a lot of time to go in the third period.
How about that save, Adam?
Spectacular view. I got one of the best views in the house, guys. That was awesome. A lot going behind the play, though. A lot of tying up guys behind the play on both sides. So a lot of tighter checking behind the play, guys.
Here is another glove save by Parapesco on Koenig. Windmill style this time.
Parapesco stacking the pillows.